Welcome back to MyGM 2K25 Extreme. I am your host, attackslug, and yesterday was a hot mess Monday. We have less than 60k in our show budget. What happened with that power card, I do not know. We need more cash in our budget. We have some get schooled, though. And who can get schooled? Who is close to a new level here? Perhaps Miss Chelsea Green is up there. Put her up there with 30 to level 13. And that does not mean a perk benefit, unfortunately, so there's that. Otherwise, I'm going to hold off on advertising until tomorrow. And, I mean, look, we still need more money, so we still hit up ECW for more of their cash money. So, hoping that works for me somehow, some way. And of course, back alley can wait as well. And we have nobody who is currently injured, thankfully, on our roster. But we have some problems. Now, Solo is going to work on the show this week. Again, our tag team is getting to level 4 here, hopefully today on this broadcast. That is the plan. Tag teams, non-title, doing that dang thing in the main event. So there is that. We have 42 on Austin Theory, thankfully. After hitting 4, they can be off for a week and regain some stamina, and that whole thing is fine. Now, again, the problem. We had the call out. It didn't work from Solo to Cody. And again, Cody's off Monday, Tuesday, so he's off today. And then working the show tomorrow. Perhaps a triple threat tomorrow between Batu and Cody and Shaq, because that's going to get a bump in our ratings, or our match ratings, as according to Triple H. This did not work yesterday, and I'm kind of mad about that. Neither did Aleister Black and Javon. Now, where is the stamina for Mr. Aleister Black is 37. We still can't work him. That's a problem. So, we can call out, again, with this, and hope it sparks something, but what in the blue hell? And the other problem is that I need to turn AJ face before their big match between. It's just, man, it's all an issue. It will be less of a stamina gain for Aleister to call out Javon, but it might work better because he's 3 versus Javon's 1 on promo. So that's a problem. Now, I'm going to book a thing here, and that is a triple threat opener, because we do have Bayley and Asuka. That is locked in. We don't have Chelsea and Lash, but I do want Bayley and Asuka to be for a title, which means we book Chelsea, we book Lash, and we book Asuka, because she's already in a feud, and this should ideally make a feud between Chelsea and Lash, but also put that world title on Asuka. So that's the plan for your opening contest. It might work, it might not, but we shall see. And then have Chelsea and Lash feud for that North American title. That's the plan, but it might go poorly. Speaking of poorly, though, is that we don't have much else I can really book here because of ongoing problems. So I can, once again, book AJ and Rowan, but I need to turn somebody face. I don't have a spot for it on this show to do so, because there aren't enough guys to work on this show to begin with. So, how is this going to work with 2 matches to get booked? It's a problem. But I can also increase my rivalry here between Bayley and Asuka. So, Bayley calls out Asuka. That works. But we're already at 9,000. And we don't have much of a budget to work with here. So we could have Shaq versus a jobber, and then Javon versus a jobber, which, fine, but the problem being, they aren't currently in feuds. So we need to maintain the Shaq charity promo, which is important. All right, so if we put Shaq here, right, opens the show, Big Diesel, and we put the Javon match after the call out. So in theory, regardless of who Javon fights here as a jobber, as long as this works, fingers crossed, then it won't spark a feud for this here. And thankfully, he is indeed a specialist. So let's head over into our talent scouts and have him fight Olaf, because that's fine. How much does that cost me? 2,200 for Olaf. Lame, but okay. And then Sammy and Billy, again, fine. So another 2 grand, and then another 2 grand. So we're down to 52, which is not a good spot to be in. But it is what it is. So Javon versus Olaf in a match, and they're both faces. That sucks, but okay. And then Sammy and Billy in a matchup. In theory, we should get our additional 3 rivalries that we need to continue booking these shows. The NXT title, the North America title, and the Women's World title. That's the plan, but who could say? So ideally, this works, as does this, as does this. So, man, it's rough times. But thankfully, for me at least, the other brands were not doing all that hot yesterday either, so that should hopefully at least keep things even in this season. But a 24K show cost, we are not going to be rehiring Asuka or Shaq at this point. We're not going to have any budget to do so at the end of their contracts. That's a problem, but we'll get there when we get there. Okay, hopefully we make some money on these shows. I mean, at least on PLEs, that's the plan. So otherwise, I can't afford to get any of these logistics because it just wouldn't work. I want to play as Lash and make sure that either Lash or Chelsea gets pinned here and Asuka is victorious. Confirm that booking. As long as we get Asuka as the new champ, no, face, yes, Chelsea Green, then we're good. Like, that's all I'm looking for here is Asuka as champion. No one. What was that? Leg lock. We're done. New champion. And yes, that worked. Now, Chelsea Green and Lash Legend can feud for the North American title, and Asuka and Bayley for that world title. Big Shaq, 4,000, excellent. Love that. Mid-card, who cares? Sammy and Billy. It is Sammy as the winner, and it was awful. Meanwhile, level 1, level 2, love that. Meanwhile, this thing has to get changed at some point, but we're not there yet. AJ wins again, and it is a 1.5 stars, and it does level 1 and level 2. Please let it work. Yes, this did work, finally. So they are that feud, and therefore this match does not spark a feud, thankfully. But Javon should win here as, yep, all right, cool, awful, again, bad show. And there's that for the world title, lovely. And your main event, non-title, tag team, business, A-Town, Down, and Solo, 3.5 stars. Over on Monday Night Raw, who has booked 0 promos. Tag team title match. Raquel and Zoe challenge Kyrie and Dakota. All have okay stamina to do so, and Kyrie and Dakota win, and it was 4 stars, amazing. Mark Coffey, Heath Manhattan, who have amazing stamina. Good for them. Coffey gets the win. It was a 1.5 stars. Triple threat for the Women's World Championship with the 27 stamina of Isla Dawn versus Lola versus Big Time, the Man, and the man is still the man. It was 4 stars, amazing. At what point will Andre Chase finally get injured? Will it be here today on a fine Tuesday? Noam Dar gets the win, and it was 2.5, and again, not injured yet. All right then, main event, tag team titles. Orton and Briggs, your champs versus Creed Bros with a Vinci run-in for reasons, because why not? And it is Orton and Briggs, and it was 4 stars, amazing. Over on that blue brand, wait, we didn't finish Jey Uso and Omos? Is that still, wait, how is that gonna be good? Is it still a little 3-4? Like, what? All right, I guess they didn't finish it last week. I thought they would have, but apparently not. 4 stars, amazing. Ali calling out Lyra, it was weak. Tegan and the Monster Lady get you the Monster Lady, and it is a mediocre 2 stars. The Call Out, level 1 to level 2, excellent. Andrade still holding on by a thread. The Viking Raiders are still angry. Eric is not pleased, and it is Andrade and Joaquin, and it was 3.5 stars. Level 3, level 4. Triple threat in the mid-card. Cruz, Red Monsoon, and Ludwig Kaiser. Because why not? And it is Cruz, Del Toro, and it was 2.5 stars. And your main event with the 36 stamina of Rhea Ripley. It is non-title, but still, that is a risk you're taking there with Rhea Ripley. It was a 4.5 star classic. Perhaps worth the risk. Meanwhile, EC, FNW, JC Jane, and Gigi Dolan opening the show in a standard regular matchup. It is JC Jane, and it was 2.5 stars. It is a maxed out rivalry. Mr. Higglesby calls out Lexis King in a weak promo. Akam and Eddie Thorpe. Akam gets the win, and it is a 1.5 stars. Elton Prince is back on the show and calling out LA Knight. Yeah. Mid-card tag team Sabin and Ford versus the 26 stamina of Razar and Kit Wilson. What's going on this side? It is Sabin and Ford. It was 2.5 stars. Alan Henley versus Maxine Dupree. And again, stamina, not good. It is Maxine with the win, and it was 2.5 stars. And your main event, Bianca and Indy, who actually have the stamina to do so. Good for them. Much obliged. Indy gets the win, and it was 2.5 stars. We still somehow got good booking, but did not win a single segment, and did not play a power card, and SmackDown and Raw got amazing. So that bodes poorly for us in the ratings this week. 23,000 fan change. 56 in the cash. Raw does 31, and Raw makes 62. SmackDown does 32, and SmackDown makes 65. And EC Dub does 16,000 in the fans, and they make 57. And I would imagine where it says other revenue bonus, negative 7,000, that means that goes to me. Pre-match physio is a good card to have, which does decrease our lead to just under 35K, but a lead nonetheless. And tomorrow in Baltimore, I can finally have Cody Rhodes make his in-ring return on NXT. And Sherry is mad about it, but gotta get dirty if you want to win. Watch your back. And AJ Styles is a master on the mic. He wants to do a promo on tonight's show. And yes, AJ is turning face finally on the show tomorrow. So yes, I can do that for you, Mr. Phenomenal Styles. And Javon wants to be in a tag team with Big Shaq. That's not part of the plans. So sorry, you're challenging for that North American title. And so tomorrow's show, with our 108 budget, should work out somewhat better than the past 2 days have been, or at least that's the plan. Let's check the roster, right? And check, importantly, the stamina. So, AJ, thankfully, can cut a promo. He's at 38 stamina. Chelsea can cut a promo at 38 stamina. The tag teams did not hit 4. They're only at 3, so that's nebulous. Black can work again against Javon. Cody at 51 can work against both Shaq and Fatu. And then Bailey and Asuka can work a matchup. So that somehow, some way, will work out for me. I don't know. We'll see. But I'll see you then. I'll see you here. I'm Attack Slug, and I'm out.